Hello, this is my review of the hardcover Thompson Chain Reference Bible bought from Christian Book Distributors. I got this a couple of weeks ago for $26.99 from them. Also, I might compare it a bit to, this is the fourth edition from, I believe it was from the 1960s that I have. And I might compare the both of them in this video. This is a hardcover, has some blank pages in the front of it. And here is the title page. It's the 5th improved edition. And the copyright page has it copyrighted 2007, but also has previous editions, the last one before that being 1988. And this one was reprinted in July 2018. Now, I don't have the 5th edition that I used to have to compare it to, but I haven't seen really any differences between the 1988 and the 2007 editions. One thing that I'm not horribly happy about is that it was printed in China. I understand why they do that. And that's probably why they could offer it at $26.99, while Amazon offers this at $42.99. Now, I have this on my Bible software, but I still wanted to have a hard copy, and at $26.99, I could afford it. The paper doesn't seem to be too bad. You see a little bit of ghosting. I believe that's when you can see some of the words from the next page on it, but it's decent quality. The binding looks decent. I'll give you a look at the binding. I think that's Smythe sewn. And if you're interested in a leather version and you like the KJV, I would recommend you not buy it from Kirkbride, but buy it from Church Bible Publishers. They're a independent Baptist KJV only ministry that they get the pages from Kirkbride and they bind it in really nice leather, and for about the same price as you could get the one from Kirkbride, you can get theirs, which is in, I think, cowhide or calfskin leather, or even buffalo in some cases. So that, because the ones from Kirkbride, they tend to the spine kind of goes in on them after you use them a certain period of time. I'll show you the red lettering on there. It's almost pink, but I like it. And the thing about the Thompson Chain Reference is that it's a non-ideological Bible. I'm a pastor of a Southern Baptist church, but I know people who are Pentecostals. I know people who are independent Baptists. I know people that are apostolic or oneness Pentecostal that use it. It lets you draw your own conclusions from the scripture. I'm going to give you a taste. We're in Matthew chapter 23. Let's look at verse 3. It says, "All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not." Let's look at the references here. Let's look at doers. It says 10:30. We'll look for 10:30. And at 10:30, it says doers, the obedient. It gives you references starting at Matthew 7:21. Matthew 7:21. I think that's it. Doers. And it says 12:50. You go to 1250, and there you go, and then it says Luke 6:47. I won't go through the entire chain, but you have a chain of references that show you what the Bible teaches on a subject. It also you notice there is some margin in there for your own notes if you'd like to do that. Let's look at some of the helps in the back. It has, again, if I went through every one of these, I'd be here all day, but I'll pick out a few. There's principles of Bible study and best methods of study. Then you have the index, where these are by alphabetical order to help you find the subject in the, I think it's called the encyclopedia. Let me double check on that. You can look those up in the condensed encyclopedia of topics and texts. And it has other helps in here too. It has character studies. There's a character study of Elisha. You always get Elijah and Elisha mixed up. And then it has outlines of books of the Bible. There's an outline of Joshua. And it has like these kind of pictures. This one is of the journeys and principal events of the life of Solomon. That can help you if you're doing a series of messages or Bible studies on Solomon. It has an archaeological supplement, but honestly, I think this is very dated. So what I'm going to do now is compare this is the 4th improved edition of the Thompson Chain Reference. This has a copyright of 1964. This, I think, might be large print. Let's look at Deuteronomy 24 in each of these, just to kind of be able to compare them. Honestly, I think this quality is the 64 one is much better quality, but that's not the one that I grew up on. This is, I'm not sure. That is chapter 24 in the 1964 one. This is chapter 24 in the 2007 one. I do notice it does have some additional references up there that aren't in. No, actually they are in this. It's just at a different place. Let's look at the 4110, spiritual sanity. And let's look for that in this one, 4110. I don't know if this, I haven't done enough work to be able to tell what has been changed. Okay, spiritual sanity. And this one, it's listed, there's an Adonai. Let me see if that is the same in this one, or yeah, it's called an Adonai in this too. And let's look at the post-resurrection appearances of Jesus. See if those are the same. Well, they're pretty much the same, except this is a larger print than this is. Now, which one would I recommend getting? I prefer this one. This is what I grew up on, though. This one is good. I plan on keeping it unless I find somebody that needs a Thompson Chain Reference, then I'd be glad to give it to them. And that lives, locally. I'm not shipping it to Nigeria. Well, that's a review and comparison of the KJV Thompson Chain Reference from Christian Book Distributors to the 4th edition that was published in 1964. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Click subscribe if you want to keep up with my reviews. Thank you.